Hello everyone, I'm Lady Rose of Goddess Garage, and I want to thank you for being here and for watching this video. So today I thought I'd do a little video and start a little bit of a series on angel numbers, because I get asked about those quite a bit, and I do talk about angels a lot, even within my tarot readings. You can even see, I did a video on the angels in tarot, because there are angels in tarot. Now, angels have been around for, well, forever, basically, for a very, very long time. They cut across all cultures, all spiritualities, all religions. They've shown up in many, many different places from the beginning of time, basically, or our beginning of time. But the thing I get asked a lot about is how to connect with your angels and what do the numbers mean, right? So if you're seeing like 111, 222, 333, those kind of things. Now, one of the first things I do say, so I'm going to start today with 222. I know that's weird. Why are you starting at 2? But it's because it came up, and right now it is June 2nd, 2022. So it was sort of like there's a lot of 2s there, and it was kind of interesting. It also happens to be election day here in Ontario, Canada. So it's interesting because 222 has some stuff to do with decision making and whatnot. So I thought I'll start there. You know, that's where the angels want me to be, I guess. So I'm going to start with the 3s and like the 3 2 2 2s, because there are the 4s as well. But I'll start with the 3s just to begin. And one thing about signs, though, is I always question and challenge when people come in and say, I've been seeing this number all over the place. And sometimes people say, well, I saw 222 and I saw 444 and I saw 777. And it's like, okay, that's a lot of signs to come at you all at once. And most likely, the angels aren't going to inundate you with these kind of numbers. They'll show you numbers, definitely, but they tend to be very consistent until you get the message of the 222, for instance, right? The other thing I do to challenge, whether it's a sign or not, because it's always good to challenge. Even the angels themselves say to challenge. If you have been visited or had a vision of an angel, the angels encourage you to challenge them, to say, are you really an angel? Because other entities that are not so divinely guided can appear as angels to us and trick us in some ways. So always challenge it. If you're really with an angel will not mind you asking, are you really an angel? What is your name? What do you do? That sort of thing. Like, just kind of challenging them a little bit to see for yourself whether you think they're an angel or not. Now, the other thing with signs, though, too, is the old sort of adage is if you see it 3 times in a row, well, not in a row necessarily. It's like you're not going to see 222 and spin your head and see 222. You might, but the reality is most likely not. But if you see 3 of them in one day or 3 of them in a week, and you notice them, it doesn't mean more haven't been there. It's just those are the ones that you have noticed, because we're not always the brightest bulbs in the box, and sometimes the angels have to send us signs over and over and over again for us to finally go, oh, look, there's a sign. The other thing too that I challenge when people come in, and especially if they say things like, I see 1111 or I see 222 or whatever, I often say, where are you seeing that number? And I've even challenged myself when I've seen the number a number of times, am I seeing it on a clock? Because we're very easily conditioned. So, let's say you come in and you see 1111. I saw 1111 for a very long time as well, and I was always seeing it on the clock. So that is a sign that you're becoming conditioned to just look at the clock at that time. Now, the thing is, you can challenge that too. You can say, okay, I've seen this many times on the clock, show it to me somewhere else. And then And it's worked with me every time. It will be shown in other ways, no problem. Again, the angels don't mind being challenged. Now, I will forewarn you that angels do love puns. So they will, and they have a great sense of humor. And if you say something like, show it to me somewhere else, they'll probably show it to you in very funny ways. And you'll be kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you did there, kind of thing, right? And they do love puns. They love puns. I'm not sure why. It's like, dad jokes, angel jokes, kind of the same thing, right? So what does 222 mean? If you're seeing 3 2s popping up in your life, what does it mean? What are the angels trying to tell you? Because inherently we kind of know, like, this is showing up for a reason. What is that reason? And there's lots of theories and things like that out there. I do some numerology, so you kind of tie in some numerology with what angels tend to do as well. And numerology is very powerful because it speaks in the language of mathematics and numbers. And numbers are the universal language. Without numbers, we wouldn't have the science that we have. We wouldn't have the knowledge that we have. We wouldn't have the space travel that we have. We wouldn't even have something like music, because music depends on numbers, right? Beats and notes and things like that, right? So there's a lot of things that very much depend on numbers. And even in nature, there's a lot of numbers, like the 4-leaf clover versus the 3-leaf clover, that sort of thing. But what I'm here to talk about is 222. So what that means is it's usually a number of balance, often partnership. It can be about love as well. It's sort of the lower end of love as far as numerical numbers go, because 6 is really the number of love, but 2 is sort of that precursor to the 6 kind of thing. And 2 times 3 is 6, right? So 3 is a very magical, powerful number, used a lot in spirituality, religion, fairy tales, magic itself, all this kind of stuff, right? So there's a few main things that 222 means. The first one is it's time to make a difficult decision. So there's probably, when you're seeing that 222, there's probably been something in your life that you've had to make a decision about, or you're making a decision about. It's really, really hard. Like whether it's, it's difficult because people are going to get upset when you make it, or you're fearful of the judgment you're going to get when you make it, or it's a A-B situation, like I kind of want both, but I can only go one way or the other kind of thing. So it's a really, really hard choice. And when that 222 shows up, it means whatever you've been wrestling with, now is the time to make that decision. Because if you don't make it now, things are probably going to go very sideways for you, because the decision's going to be made for you. So you are now giving up that control of where you want to go. Because at some point we come to that crossroad where, either you gotta move somewhere and you'll be pushed there, or you'll be left behind and things will go sideways because you've just kind of stagnated. But the cool thing about 222 is that even though now is the time to make that hard decision or that hard choice, whatever it might be, know that the angels are with you. They don't just say, now's the time to make that choice. Bye. Like they don't abandon you. And we all have at least one guardian angel. And throughout our lifetime, we might have a whole entourage of angels, whether they're there for protection, guidance, whatever it might be. Some angels will come in and be there through a difficult time, like maybe the loss of a loved one or something, and then they'll go away once that processing has kind of happened, right? So not all angels stick with us for the rest of our lives, but they come and go as we need them, especially if we're open to them. We do have at least one guardian angel. You can kind of, I hate to use the word earn, but you can kind of earn extra guardian angels. It's not like, McDonald's coffee or anything where you buy 5 and you get the 6th one free. But sometimes, you have more than one guardian angel. But your guardian angel who is with you at birth is with you for all of your life. So you always have at least one angel. And guardian angels are in a special group themselves, because I've had clients come in and say, well, I'm pretty sure Archangel Raphael is my guardian angel, or Saint Michael, or whatever. And you might have a very close relationship with them, absolutely, but they're one of the main archangels, and they got their own duties. They're busy people, or busy angels, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So no, Saint Michael and Saint Raphael, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, are not your guardian angels. They will come when you call them, especially Archangel Raphael, because he is the archangel of humanity, and he is the master healer and the master binder. So yes, he will definitely come when you call. So will Saint Michael, absolutely, but they are not your guardian angels. And they tend not to stick around. They stick around for whatever situation you need them in, and they say, okay, I'm out. Call me if you need me. Bye. And I got to go do my other duties that I do. So archangels are a specific class of angel, and everyone walking this planet, who has ever walked this planet, who is ever going to walk this planet, gets one, at least one. So you always have one that comes with you from the time you're born to the time you die, and probably a little before and a little after as well. It's not like you're dead, bye. But like I said, it's time to make that decision. It's very important that you make that decision. Otherwise, things go wrong. But you're not alone in this decision. You have angel or angels that want to help you and guide you. So the trick is, when you see that and there's a decision, because often we know what we're wrestling with, you have to ask them to help you and guide you in whatever way that decision needs to go. Help guide you to whatever's best for your highest self. Help lead you to whatever is the best way for your soul to go. And the reason you have to ask them is because they are bound by the free will contract. So as humans, unlike angels, we can choose, I can choose to do a bad thing. I can steal an apple from the grocery store. I can make that choice. An angel is incapable of doing that. Angels are divinely bound. They're very, very, very powerful. They have a lot of powers that we do not have. But one thing they cannot do is they cannot choose to steal that apple, because that's wrong. And that is why they make such good guides, because they're always divinely bound. They will help us heal our soul. They will help us mend our soul if it should be broken. And it's never really broken. Sometimes it's banged up and bruised and needs some TLC, but it's never really broken. But they will help us with our life purpose. They will help us do the right thing. They will help us for our greatest good, our highest good, so that when we go to the other side, we can say, I did this, or I did that, or I followed this path, and this is exactly what I was supposed to do, and I let the angels help guide me. Now, they can't make the decision for you, just like anything else, but they can help lead you there, leave little breadcrumbs, signs and clues. They can put those little kind of thoughts around to kind of like, is she going to pick up on this, that sort of thing. So they won't leave you alone in the decision, but you do have to ask them for their help in the decision, because of the free will contract that we have. So make sure you ask for that help. If you want a sign, like, you could continue with the 222s and they will lead you around, give you some insight, perhaps, that sort of thing that maybe you haven't thought of. But you can also ask for very specific signs. You can say, I'd like to have a crystal show up in front of me, or I'd like a black feather, or I'd like, if this is where it's supposed to be, put a penny on the road so that I know, that sort of thing. So you can ask for symbols, but again, I forewarn you, they do love puns, and they do love sort of funny ways of showing you. So if you say, I want a penny to show up, they might not put a penny on the road or on the sidewalk or whatever. They might show you a picture of a penny. Or maybe a lady shows up in your life and her name is Penny. That is a riot for them. So keep that in mind. See, I put a real person there and her name's Penny. Get it? Get it? That's totally what they're doing. So that's number one of what 222 means. The second meaning of 222 is that angels are saying it's time to seek out advice. Now, this also ties in with number one of it's time to make a decision. But a lot of times they have messengers that they can vessel through, right? Like I happen to be one of those messengers. I can often hear whispers of the angels when I'm doing my tarot readings or oracle readings or a combination. I usually combine. Sometimes we just sit and talk about whatever is going on and don't even pull cards because I can actually just hear once you start talking, kind of thing. I'm not allowed in unless you let me, of course. So I have to wait for that little thing to happen. But they are 222 is also them saying, the angels saying, it's time to seek out some advice, whether it's a friend or family member that you know is, always thinking in your best interest, whether it's someone who doesn't have skin in the game, like myself, who's a tarot reader and a spiritual coach and whatnot, or if it's a doctor, maybe you need advice from a doctor or a lawyer, and they can give you the ins and outs of whatever dilemma you happen to be in and decisions you need to make. Maybe there's legal implications, maybe there's health implications, whatever it might be. It might be therapy of some kind, a counselor or whatever. So, know that when 222 shows up, one, there's a decision you probably have to make, and you need to seek out advice on this decision because they're going to use whoever you go to as a vessel of putting into words what their message is. And I can tell you, I do this all the time. I will tell clients, this doesn't really make sense, but this is what I'm hearing. And I'll just say exactly what I'm hearing because I'm a non-filter reader. So at the beginning, I was like, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to look stupid saying this. And I had a lot of confidence issues that I had to overcome myself. But now it's like, yeah, whatever the angels are saying, I'm just going to repeat it. And, 9 times out of 10, most people go, oh, I know exactly what they're talking about. Sometimes it's like, I don't know either. Like the client will say that. But then sure enough, within a week or two or whatever, they'll message me and go, oh, I figured out what that meant. Now, the third big thing that 222 means when it's coming into your life is that a new love or a new friend is coming into your life. Often a new love, but sometimes a friend. But if it's a friend, it'll be a deep connection kind of friend, not just a surface friend. We all have those surface friends, right? But it's someone you're really going to connect with, whether they're going to be a friend or a new love. So 222 comes as a precursor of this new love coming into your life. So it's saying it's coming. It's not here yet. Maybe the person is in your life. Maybe you just haven't noticed them. But it's time to shift because perhaps you've been hurt in, relationships. Perhaps you're a little guarded and you don't give yourself over easily because you have been hurt. Perhaps you've been feeling very lonely lately, and the angels notice that, and they don't want that. They know as humans, we thrive and bloom better when we have friends that support and love us, and when we have love in our life overall. And I'm talking romantic love kind of thing. Because, there's nothing like being in love. My goodness, the world is new and everything's colorful and, you just are happier somehow. So maybe you've been going through a bit of a dry spell and, you're ready for that love. But 222 is usually a message of, if it's around love, then it's often a message of it's time to open yourself up. And the angels know you've been hurt. Ask them for protection and open yourself up fully, because you can't love until you're ready to be hurt again. But you can't go in there thinking I'm going to be hurt. Maybe you've been dating a cheater, and or you were in a relationship with a cheater and they cheated on you left, right, and center, and you're so hurt, of course, by it. But you can't go into a new relationship thinking this person's going to cheat on me too because the last person did. I often am telling clients, don't paint the new love with the old love's paintbrush. And that's kind of what the angels are saying. They're saying, put down the paintbrush you had, go get a new can of paint and a new paintbrush, brand new, never been used, and soon enough, there'll be a beautiful person in your vision, and you're ready to, spend life with them, spend time with them, fall in love again, feel the beauty of love, the strength of love, so that you will not be hurt this time. If you can't put down that paintbrush of, like this person hurt me, I'm still sort of reliving it and going through it. And, I expect the next person to kind of do the same thing. Then you're not truly opening yourself up. And once you put that paintbrush down, you've healed, and you've also moved through the process of that hurt and trauma with the help of the angels, of course, and ask them all the way through the healing process. They'll always, always help you out. And they'll even call in extra angels if they need to. And by putting down that paintbrush means that you're ready to turn, and you're ready to find and attract someone who will not hurt you like the past love did. Learn from that. That's the gift. The gift is your heart got broken. Now you know what you don't want. And this new love coming in will not be like this one as long as you put the paintbrush down. And the angels can help you do that. You can give over the paintbrush to the angels. That's one thing they love to do. They love to take your hurt, your trauma, your anger, your bitterness, your paintbrushes, and take them and heal them and take them to the light, whatever they need to do to make them go away, to make you stronger and better and more able to love. Because ultimately that is our life purpose, is to love ourselves and to love others, and do it in gentleness and kindness always. That's really everyone's underlying life purpose, to love everybody, because I am you and you are me. So if I'm not loving you, I'm not loving me. And if I'm not loving me, I'm not loving you. Get it? So you can give that anger, hurt, bitterness, depression, anxiety, anything like that. You can give it to the angels, and you'll have to do it many times over. Again, it's not a one and done, as great as that would be. We tend to want to hang on to the rocks and boulders and paintbrushes of our life and drag them around with us. So we might give over a wee little pebble at the start, and then we'll give over a stone, and then we'll give over a big boulder. And before you know it, our bag of rocks and paintbrushes is empty, and we're ready to kind of serve our life purpose of finding that new love coming into our life, so that we can be a loving person, so that we not only love that person and gain strength and energy through their love, but we also are able to love all our fellow man on a better level. And, I use man generally. If anyone knows me, they know I'm truly into the feminine side of the divine. So that's what that is a new love. It's often a warning that a new love, and I don't mean warning in a bad way, I mean warning that a new love is coming in. So you better clean house, because you're getting company. So keep that in mind. So that's what the angel number 222 means, generally speaking. If you want to have an angel reading, if you want to have an angel consultation with me, reach out to me. By all means, I'll put my contact information in the description. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and here, obviously. So there are many ways that you can message me if you need to, or if you feel that it resonates with you, that I would be a good fit for you, I would love to help you out. I do it online as well as in person. So there you go. May the angels be with you, and don't forget to ask them for help. Bye.